Duke just got revenge as we win a huge game over our arch rival while getting a career game out of one of our seniors on senior night. And we got to break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Duke Basketball 365. If you're a Duke Blue Devils fan, please hit that subscribe button. Only 15.5% of viewers are subscribed to the channel, and it really helps me out a ton. But let's jump right into what we got for today. And you already know what we got for tonight. Duke, big time win over the North Carolina Tar Heels. This time at Cameron Indoor, the game did not come down to the final shot. We took care of business in a big way, highlighted by a 20-2 run taking place in the second half of the game. Duke wins 76-61, which is a little bit spookily close to the KenPom prediction of a 16-point Duke win, where Duke actually, the real ending was 15-point victory by Duke. So they were right on the money with that, just 5 points off in the scoring position. But the margins, they absolutely nailed it. That website is absolutely phenomenal. But what's even more phenomenal is the senior who had the game of his life tonight. Malik Brown had his season high 15 points tonight, shooting 6 for 9 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point land, added 9 rebounds and 2 assists. But watching the game, no one really cared about Malik Brown's offense because his defense was just that dominant. As the game went final, Jay Billis on the broadcast said Malik Brown must have had 12 tip balls tonight. He was just everywhere defensively, and it is what sparked Duke offensively. The defense of Malik Brown and also the defense of now surging defensively Dame Sarr led the Duke Blue Devils defensively and allowed us to get moving in transition and set up some easy stuff offensively. Absolutely amazing game for Malik Brown. Cameron Boozer looked unguardable like he always does. Cameron Boozer going off for 26 points, shooting 10 for 17 from the field. The free throw shooting at the end of the game got a little bit frustrating with Isaiah Evans missing 2 free throws. And then right before that, Nik Khamenia missed both of his free throws as well. Free throw shooting got a little bit spotty, but fortunately not a close game. That did not end up having any impact on the ending, and we roll over North Carolina just the way that we knew we would. We knew that coming into Cameron Indoor, this game was going to be completely different, and that North Carolina was not going to be able to be competitive at all, especially without their star player, Caleb Wilson. But speaking of injuries, Duke now dealing with some injuries of our own. Going into the game, Patrick Gongba was a game time decision. He ended up eventually being listed as out early in the first half. Never touched the floor, had a boot on his right foot. We are awaiting an update to figure out what is going on with Patrick Gongba, although the feeling is generally positive. If he was questionable to go for tonight, there is a high level of confidence that he will be ready to go and pretty much close to 100% come Thursday night when we will be playing our first game of the ACC tournament. The injury that is scarier is the injury to Caleb Foster. Early in the first half of the basketball game, Caleb Foster appeared to twist his right ankle. Not sure if it was a knee injury, an ankle injury, or a shin injury. They couldn't figure it out on the broadcast either. It looked like Foster got hit knee to knee by a player from North Carolina. Not sure what is going on with Caleb Foster, which is scary because when you don't know what it is, that introduces the possibility of Caleb Foster being out for a while. And I'm seeing a lot of people talk about how Caleb Foster, we are going to really miss him on the defensive side of the floor if he is out for an extended period of time here. What's today's date? March 7th, the worst time to lose a core piece of your rotation. We are really hoping that when we do end up getting the Caleb Foster update, hoping that it is something positive, hoping it is not going to be something that is going to be holding him out long term. We got 2 weeks until Selection Sunday, so we got a little bit of time here before we got 1 week till Selection Sunday. We have almost 2 full weeks before March Madness starts. Hopefully, Caleb Foster's injury doesn't linger that long, but right now there are more questions than answers when it comes to our point guard. However, I'm sure there will be an update either very late tonight or early tomorrow morning, and as soon as we get the update on both of these players, both Patrick Gongba and Caleb Foster, I'll have a video on, a video release about that as soon as we get that information, hoping that it is not anything too bad. But if you are wondering when Duke is going to be back in action, we last week clinched the first overall seed in the ACC tournament. Of course, that hasn't changed. What has changed a little bit is the other teams around us. If you can see from the picture on the screen right now, we are getting a double bye, which means we go straight through to the quarterfinals round, which is being played on Thursday, March 12th. It is us, North Carolina, Miami, and Virginia getting the top 4 seeds and getting that double bye. As you can see, as we are the number 1 seed and North Carolina is currently the 4 seed, North Carolina is on our side of the bracket, meaning if both Duke and North Carolina win their quarterfinal game, which you have to imagine is more likely than not, both teams will be big favorites in those matchups, we will be getting a third game for all the marbles in this rivalry for the 2025-26 season. Have a feeling that Duke would be taking that as well. North Carolina, that Caleb Wilson injury, really, really bad. Also, the Duke's KenPom rating, I haven't checked if it has been updated between now and the end of the game. I'm sure as of recording this and as of releasing this, it has, but we are creeping up on becoming the highest rated KenPom team in the history of the website, dating back to, I believe, 1997. Somewhere in that area. It is extremely impressive what Duke has been able to put together this season, and it all comes from what we are doing on the defensive side of the floor. Dame Sarr has him and Malik Brown tonight just were on a completely different level defensively, and it helped fuel our offense in a way that made Duke truly unstoppable. We know that Cameron Boozer is unguardable one-on-one, and tonight he looked like Nikola Jokic. He literally looked like you had to send a double team every time he touched the basketball because you knew he was going to back down your guy if you didn't. But then at the same time, Cameron Boozer did not miss a single pass. When he got doubled, he knew exactly where he was going every single time, and not every open 3 fell, but giving players on our team open 3s is never a recipe for success for the other team, even if we're having a bad night. So Cameron Boozer, if he is passing the way that he was passing tonight, and we defend the way that we defended tonight, this is easily the national championship team. Just got to hope that there's no sort of collapse like we saw last year in March Madness, but we are in great shape for the ACC tournament, for March Madness, as long as we are able to get Caleb Foster back for March Madness. But this team is truly a special group, and thank you to all of our seniors who tonight played their final games of their career at Cameron Indoor. Cannot wait to see how this thing shakes out. Next game, Thursday night, opponent TBD, but we're going to have a bunch of updates between here and then. That's what I got for this video. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and go Duke.